Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course. Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering. Off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I got something in my eye. Yeah. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I am inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work. I found some shit to review for you. And yeah, kind of ish. Now, I've actually been out and about for quite a bit. I got off of work a while ago, and it was just sort of a series of things where I was like, well, I actually stopped off at home because I wanted to feed my cat before I left. I have a cat, by the way. I love my cat. Also have hamsters. I love my hamsters. I had a hedgehog, but sadly he passed away. That made me very sad. But anyway, sad hedgehog events aside. So yeah, I was just kind of out and about, and eventually I decided to go over there and kind of pop around, trying to find a transformer. I collect transformers, by the way. Couldn't find him. Made me sad. Sad transformer events aside, though, I did go over there and find something out at Meijer. I figured, screw it. Even though it's slightly out of season. Folks, I'm going to be reviewing, boom, it's from the folks at Poppi. This is their Cranberry Fizz alternative soda. Ooh, it's prebiotic soda. Okay, so, I mean, it's clearly Christmas themed. We're not even out of October. I mean, I get it, you can't do it just, I get that there has to be some build-up, but I feel like you could start this at the beginning of November and you'd be fine. We haven't even gotten to Halloween yet. Just saying. But, yeah, I've reviewed stuff from Poppi in the past. They're, again, alternative soda brand. 5 grams of sugar, prebiotic, boop-a-doop-a-doo, all that good stuff. Sure. Let's do a thing for the thing here. It looks like this. I'm just kind of, maybe something like that. Just kind of, ha 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 ha. Let's give it a go. Hopefully it's good. It's probably the last thing I'm going to have to drink before I go to sleep finally. Ooh, it smells nice. I can literally, even from down here, it's got a waft. It's not as nice of a waft up close. Let's give it a go. Why? Okay. Well, that threw me for a little bit of a loop. Okay. I was... okay. I was... At the beginning of it, I was really enjoying it, and I was like, wow, this is really nice. I like this. It's got a nice cranberry flavor to it. It's nice and chill. It's smooth. And then... about midway through the drinking experience, all of a sudden it took this, really sharp spike in, the level of, tangy and honestly even sourness. Now, first of all, let's get a second sip. You never judge off the first sip. No, yeah. So it wasn't as pronounced that time, which is why you don't go off the first sip. The first sip is always misleading. But yeah, there's definitely... it almost takes on, a lemonade-y kind of vibe at the end. It's definitely, I'm guessing, if not absolutely certain, they probably use something like citric acid or something like that. Basically the same shit that they use to make, country time lemonade and stuff. Where, it doesn't really taste like lemon, but it's got that, that sort of sour tanginess to it. that's what it tastes like when that tanginess kicks in. It is very noticeably like a different flavor than the very smooth, kind of somewhat dry cranberry flavor. Once it hits that, it really shoots up. And it's not, and I get what they're kind of going for with it, because, interesting fun fact about your guy Brandon Wenzel, I don't really eat cranberries at like Thanksgiving or Christmas or anything. I've never dug them. I've never understood the appeal of them. To me, those are on the table because like back in like the 1800s, they were probably fancy. You know, and like by modern extent, going over there and taking out that jello mold of fucking cranberries and just, you know, but to be, and I will say I had like proper cranberry sauce and stuff like that was like homemade. That was actually good. But like, you know, when you have cranberry stuff, like it is very, you know, it kind of starts one way and then it definitely has that like, it almost spikes in like a bitterness kind of way to me. So I think they're kind of trying to emulate that whole experience, which is oddly admirable, admirable. It makes it kind of interesting and fun. Now it says 5 grams of sugar. I'm guessing it's probably sweetened with something else. I want them to maybe sucralose. Let's see. Oh, cassava root. Okay. Apple cider vinegar. Citric acid. Cranberry juice is like in the middle. Stevia leaf. Okay, so yeah, they're actually using like a variety of things. Okay. But yeah, that citric acid is definitely there. Yeah, that citric acid with, I'm guessing that like maybe a hint of that apple cider vinegar or whatever that is, that gives it that kind of like little hit of sourness. Again, if it had stayed the way it was with that first sip, that would have been awful. But with it dialing down considerably with the second, third, subsequent sips, I actually like that quite a bit. I'm sure, you know, I've probably, you know, like I think there's like cranberry Sprite. I think I've even reviewed it. You don't see a lot of cranberry soda, just straight cranberry. So like okay. 2 questions have to be asked though. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Yes and yes. I like it. I'll even give it a pass on coming out way too early. It shouldn't be out in October, but it is tasty. I do like it. And like the thing is with Poppi, you know, I know that they've had some up and down stuff. I even sort of did a video where I talked about that a little bit, you know, some of their public imaging, which I thought personally was absolutely ridiculous that people got up in arms the way they did about that shit. But like, you know, they're not my go-to when it comes to like these alternative sodas. I'd say Olipop probably is, and even then it's not like I do it a lot, but you know. But I have to admit, like, every now and again, like, Poppi does some stuff that impresses me, and I would put this in there. And this is something where, again, because it's unique, because of their commitment to trying to recreate that cranberry sensation, I would get this again. I like it. If I'm recommending it, I mean, I'm not going to say, you know, you should go over there and bash your cousin over the head just so you can climb over his corpse to go over there and get yourself one. I don't think there's anything quite that good. Maybe. I haven't tried all the things yet in my life, but, you know, I'm getting there one by one. But I do think that it's worth giving a shot. Even if you've had the Poppi brand in the past and maybe weren't here, you know, maybe weren't super into it, I would say give this one a shot, because, like, this would definitely be one of my favorite flavors that I've had from them. So I think it's worth giving it a go. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there themselves a truly, it's not even November yet, tastic rest of your life. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But What do you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. When we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there, whenever possible, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very vital thing, folks. Do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, let me know. Do you go in for the cranberry sauce at Thanksgiving? And I'll say this, too. I don't think I'm alone in disliking that crap. Because, like, I know within my own family, it is more symbolic than it is because anybody really seems to go in for it. And I'll always remember being a little kid at Thanksgiving. And, like, I was so excited to try it because I was like, it's like Jell-O. Jell-O is delicious. Why wouldn't it? Look at it. It's purple. It's amazing. And then I went over there and I tried some, and I was like, this is not good. And I think my dad was with me at the time, and he was just like, yeah, it's not very good. But let me know your personal thoughts on it. Anyway,